As we look ahead to next season, one big question looms: how will Billy Donovan handle the Bulls' rotations? With a roster full of talent and potential, we'll analyze Donovan's strategies and what changes might be on the horizon. Plus, we'll delve into Lonzo Ball's role as the Bulls' wildcard, how his return or absence could influence the team's performance and rotation decisions. Welcome to our channel. Here, we dive deep into all things Golden State Warriors. Stay tuned for the latest rumors, breaking news, exciting trades, and franchise-altering moves. Whether it's analysis of potential trades, insights into team dynamics, or updates on key players, we've got you covered. Subscribe now and join the conversation about one of the most exciting teams in the NBA. As we enter Billy Donovan's fourth season at the helm of the Chicago Bulls, it's clear that he's facing one of his biggest challenges yet. The Bulls are coming off a disappointing 2022-2023 campaign that saw them finish 10th in the Eastern Conference and bow out in the play-in tournament. With pressure mounting from fans and management alike, Donovan needs to find the right formula to maximize this team's potential. On paper, this is a talented group. But as we saw last season, talent alone doesn't guarantee success. Donovan's challenge will be to find the right combinations and allocate minutes in a way that brings out the best in each player while also fostering team chemistry. One of the key issues Donovan faced last season was balancing the offensive load between LaVine and DeRozan. Both players are capable of taking over games, but finding ways to keep them both involved and efficient has proven tricky. This season, Donovan will need to implement offensive sets that allow LaVine and DeRozan to play off each other more effectively, perhaps utilizing more off-ball movement and pick-and-roll actions. Another area of focus for Donovan will be the development of Patrick Williams. The former 4th overall pick has shown flashes of potential but has yet to fully establish himself as a consistent threat. Donovan needs to find ways to get Williams more involved in the offense, potentially running more plays designed to get him touches in his sweet spots. The center position is also an interesting conundrum for Donovan. Nikola Vucevic remains a solid offensive player, but his defensive limitations were exposed at times last season. Donovan may need to consider reducing Vucevic's minutes in certain matchups or pairing him with more defensively minded frontcourt partners. The versatility of this group gives Donovan some flexibility in terms of lineup construction. Alex Caruso, in particular, will be crucial to the Bulls' success. His defensive prowess and ability to play both guard positions make him a valuable asset. Donovan should look to pair Caruso with different combinations of starters and reserves to maximize his impact. Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu both showed promise last season, but consistency was an issue. Donovan needs to find ways to get these young guards into a rhythm, perhaps by giving them more defined roles within the offense. White's shooting ability could be particularly valuable in lineups that lack spacing. Andre Drummond provides a different look at the center position compared to Vucevic. His rebounding and rim protection could be valuable in certain matchups, and Donovan should consider using him more frequently against more physical opposing centers. The addition of Torrey Craig gives the Bulls some much-needed wing depth. His defensive versatility and improved three-point shooting make him an intriguing option for small ball lineups. Donovan could experiment with Craig at the power forward spot in certain situations, providing more switchability on defense. Dallin Terry, the Bulls' first-round pick from 2022, remains a bit of a wild card. His development could be crucial for the team's long-term success, and Donovan will need to find ways to get him meaningful minutes without compromising the team's competitiveness. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, Lonzo Ball. The Bulls' starting point guard missed the entirety of last season due to a knee injury, and his status for the upcoming season remains uncertain. This situation presents both a challenge and an opportunity for Billy Donovan and the Bulls. If Ball is able to return to the court, it would be a massive boost for the team. His playmaking ability, perimeter defense, and improved three-point shooting were sorely missed last season. However, Donovan will need to be cautious with Ball's minutes, likely implementing a strict load management plan to ensure his long-term health. In the event that Ball is unable to play or is limited, Donovan will need to get creative with his point guard rotation. Here are a few options he might consider. Start Ayo Dosunmu. The young guard showed flashes of potential as a starter last season. His defense and improving playmaking could make him a solid stopgap option. Move Alex Caruso into the starting lineup. While this would weaken the bench, Caruso's defense and basketball IQ could help stabilize the starting unit. Run more offense through LaVine and DeRozan. This approach would require both stars to take on more playmaking responsibilities, but it could lead to a more dynamic offense. Give Kobe White another shot at the point. White has struggled with consistency as a lead guard, but his scoring ability could provide a different look for the starting unit. Regardless of which option Donovan chooses, the absence of Ball would likely mean more three-guard lineups and creative rotations to compensate for the lack of a true point guard. For Billy Donovan to successfully manage the Bulls' rotations next season, he'll need to focus on a few key areas. Flexibility, the ability to adapt to different game situations and opponent strategies, will be crucial. Donovan shouldn't be afraid to experiment with unconventional lineups if they provide a competitive advantage. Player development, continuing to nurture young talents like Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, and Dallin Terry is vital for the Bulls' long-term success. Donovan needs to find ways to get these players meaningful minutes without sacrificing competitiveness. Load management, with veterans like DeRozan and potentially a returning Lonzo Ball, managing minutes to keep players fresh for the long haul will be important. Defensive identity, the Bulls struggled on defense last season, ranking 23 RD in defensive rating. Donovan needs to emphasize this end of the floor and find lineup combinations that can get stops consistently. Offensive flow, finding ways to keep both LaVine and DeRozan involved and efficient while also getting others touches will be key to the Bulls' offensive success. We can't stress enough how much Lonzo Ball status will impact the Bulls' rotations next season. If he's able to return at full strength, it completely changes the complexion of this team. Ball's ability to push the pace, find open shooters, and defend at a high level would allow other players to slot into more natural roles. However, the Bulls need to be prepared for the possibility that Ball may not be available or may be limited. In this scenario, Donovan will need to be even more creative with his rotations, potentially relying more heavily on committee approach at the point guard position. The uncertainty surrounding Ball also raises questions about potential roster moves. Could the Bulls look to acquire another point guard before the season starts? Might they consider bringing in a veteran minimum player as insurance? These are questions that management will need to address, and the answers will directly impact Donovan's rotation options. The good news for Bulls fans is that this team has the talent to compete in the Eastern Conference. If Donovan can find the right combinations and get buy-in from his players, there's no reason why Chicago can't improve on last season's performance and make a push for a playoff spot. What do you think, Bulls Nation? How would you like to see Billy Donovan manage the rotations next season? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Chicago Bulls content.